He's VJ and Paul.
The guy next to you is the first rookie since Tim Duncan to have 30 and 10 in a playoff game, and he surpassed Magic as the youngest guy to ever do that in a playoff game. I was curious what your thoughts are.
You did that? You wildin'? You know, I've been saying it all year long. He's far past a rookie, and are you 21 yet?
No, 20.
What a 20-year-old could do.
Do we need a little handshake like that? A little handshake?
Yeah.
I like that. He became the first, VJ did, the youngest player, rather, in NBA history. He had at least 30 points and 10 rebounds in a postseason game. And that distinction, it previously belonged to Magic Johnson, who was 11 days older than Edgecombe. I love when it has to come down to the nitty-gritty, to the days. All right, today, there was something, though, about the Celtics defense that you wanted to highlight. What was that?
I respect Joe Mazzulla, and you know the phrase, in order to go where you've never gone, you've got to do things you've never done. And you're trying to win a championship again, so you're going to do something else. But don't do this again. don't do this again. Don't give them that much space. Don't give VJ Max this much space, because look how wide open VJ is to knock this down. They made 19 threes. That's like giving a layup to a pro. It doesn't matter if that they're not natural shooters. They like to get downhill. When you're this wide open and you see one go down while you're in drop coverage, it's going to be a long night. And once they hit a couple threes, it's like giving the HOV lane to a Ferrari. You're going to go all the way to the basket. You're going to go all the way and hit your step back. You're going to feel so comfortable. Again, I respect Joe Mazzulla, his schemes. He always does different things. But respectfully, don't do that again. Don't do it. I think everyone learned their lesson.
I think they did. And if you didn't learn your lesson from that game, you learn your lesson from the other two games that Philadelphia won during the regular season. Who wins the three-point battle will win this series. In the 6 games played this year, the wins for Philadelphia, 42% from 3. Boston shot 28% in the losses here. So that is going to be the key.
Right.
If you can make threes, you're going to win this series.
Well, 13 of 50 is not what the Celtics want to shoot from 3, but we know that, Perk, they're a high-volume three-point shooting team. What adjustments do you want to see from them as this series shifts back to Philadelphia?
Well, one, I want to see Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, two-way players play some damn defense and lock that up, all right? VJ Edgecombe them had their moment, but you're not going to change the Joe Mazzulla system offensively. This is who they are. This is the recipe that won them a championship. They're going to continue to shoot that. I would like at times to see a little balance, especially with Jason Tatum, using him in the low post, mid post, even at the nail action, even with Jaylen Brown. Put Tyrese Maxey in a lot of situations where he have to guard those bigger guards in certain areas where it create a mismatch, and, you know, get them an opportunity to probably put them, you know, get them in foul trouble or get them to the free throw line.
Well, and then the question of Joel Embiid hangs over this entire series. Right now that it's even, does that give Joel a little bit more time? We know our Tim Bontemps said he's returned to some ramping up activities here. All right, that's what's happening in the NBA playoffs. We're also, though, a little over 2 weeks away from the start of the WNBA season. Training camps, they're in full swing, and the Indiana Fever, they had media day earlier today. Caitlin Clark, she was open about her return from injury, the differences we're going to see with Indiana and her back on the court this season. Here's Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I think a little bit of off-the-ball stuff. Like, I think mostly on dead balls. Like, I think I'm the best transition player in the league. That's where I thrive. Everybody knows that's my game. So, you know, getting the ball off of rebound or in transition, like that's probably when I'm going to be the primary ball handler more than anything. And then getting off the ball a little bit and catching your breath. Like, it is exhausting bringing the ball up 94 feet versus pressure every single time. So we certainly need to find somebody that can handle the ball a little bit and give me a little bit of a break. And I think Raven and Ty and even other people through camp, Tori's done a great job. I think there's a lot of different things that can give us a lot of different looks and just makes us harder to guard more than anything.
I'm just glad to see her back and healthy, right?
Yes.
We didn't get a full healthy season. And you look here at the 2026 W season schedule for the games on ABC. Keep in mind the doubleheader on opening weekend. It's also going to be available on Disney+. And ABC is going to have 2 more doubleheaders in the first. Just 12 minutes before he was placed in concussion protocol, he was ruled out for the remainder of the game. They're really taking a hard fall there. Concerning for everyone involved. As we say hello to our Tim McMahon, who we know, Tim, that Victor, he suffered this concussion after this loss. What do we know about his availability moving forward here for Game 3?
Yeah, clearly there's uncertainty here. He's in the concussion protocol. They're going to go step by step with that. Obviously, closely monitor his systems. You know, I was told taking it day by day, but they have to come up with a plan and prepare as if he won't be available in Game 3. If he is, great, but they've got to get ready to play without the face of their franchise. Now, this is a situation that they've been in some this year, and they've had success without Victor Wembanyama. They were up 14 with 8.5 minutes left to go in this game. They didn't lose the game because Wemby got hurt. They lost because they couldn't close it out. But 12-6 this season without Victor Wembanyama. That includes 2-1 against the Portland Trail Blazers during the regular season. De'Aaron Fox had big games in both of those wins without Wemby over the Blazers. And look, there's going to be a lot more on his shoulders, especially if this is another close game down the stretch. But don't know yet. It's too early to know whether it's possible for Victor Wembanyama to play in Game 3. But again, the Spurs, they've been here before in terms of not having to face their franchise. And, we will they have to go forward without him for Game 3.
Yeah, certainly they have a lot of experience playing without Victor Wembanyama, but you'd have to think, Tim, that if the Spurs are going to get to where you're standing right now, which is playing Oklahoma City, which is a matchup we're all looking forward to, they're going to need their full complement of players, including at some point Victor Wembanyama. So we certainly hope he gets better soon. Thank you so much for that insight. The good news, though, for San Antonio, depth is not a weakness, right, for this team. They had 7 different players average 10 points a game. That's tied for the most in NBA history. And Keldon Johnson, he was one of those 7, and he appeared in all 82 games off the bench. Our very own Michael C. Wright caught up with Keldon Johnson on his ranch. Yes, I said that, Chanae. We got to get down to Texas.
Yeah.
What up, bro? What's up, baby? How you doing? Welcome to the ranch, man. Yeah, thank you for having us out here, man. This is crazy. Oh, like the mini goats coming? Yeah. I saw some llamas, too. When did you get the llamas? Easter morning, we got the llamas. They've been getting acclimated, so, the donkey been chasing them around a little bit, but, they ain't used to the life out here. Name's Bonnie and Clyde? Bonnie and Clyde. Who named them? You? Yeah, me. For sure. Well, I got some questions about basketball, man. Oh, for sure, let's do it then. What will it mean to play in your first playoffs after, this long 7-year journey, man? It's a little nerve-wracking because, I don't really know what to expect because it's my first time, but I'm excited. I feel like it's an amazing opportunity, not only for me, but my whole entire team. I feel like we got that chip on our shoulders.
But Keldon Johnson, a clutch and monster two-hander off the miss.
I feel like I'm prepared. I feel like we've been preparing all year for this opportunity. Let's go back to 2022-23. Wasn't that the year you had a career high in score, like 22 points? Yeah. When you look at individually, it was a good year. Obviously, we didn't win as many games as I would have loved to win, and that the Spurs organization was accustomed to. So obviously, it was fun and things like that, but you definitely, once you start winning, you don't really want to look back from that. So, yeah, it's a lot different.
Keldon Johnson trying to tie it and does a 3 from on top.
That year, career high in scoring, you do your thing, and they say, Keldon, we want you to move to the bench. What was that conversation like? Papa was just saying that he thought that would be best for the team, man. I was just like, whatever. I trust you, coach. Whatever you feel like is best, I'll do that full-fledged. And, it definitely takes some time to adjust and, get used to coming off the bench and really finding my role and my groove and things. But they seen the bigger picture before I did. You said they saw the bigger picture before you.